It was a wonderful film, I think, and I'm really proud to be part of it. And I hope that that this hatred is not passed on, and the future generations get to see the film for what it is.
I mean, I agree. I loved the movie. I watched the movie. I loved that while a lot of the themes were specific to that time and that boy's journey and that family, so many of those themes are just related to things that all of us can identify with, right? Like whether or not, you're born in a certain place, we all have journeys with an identity. We all have tough conversations we sometimes have to have with family, with ourselves. And then, take what's happening in the outside world and then, coming to terms with it. But I think, one of the things that Susan, you and I were chatting about is how do we now get these marginalized identities to be more mainstream so we don't have caricature, characters.
And yet you see, people saying all the time that, oh wow, man, I love your tan. I love Bollywood, and I love I went to Pakistan once. I loved it. I went to Oman. It was beautiful. Your people are so gorgeous. Oh, I love this color. I love this. I love that. And you hear that, but yet it's not really part of the decision makers, and the people that are in the position of power are not really buying into that yet. That's where the issue lies, I feel. And I feel that we need to speak up about it more. And I know a lot of times we're like, that's how we've been brought up as well. We're like, just do the work, put your head down, It's like and I equate it so much to being a strong woman. It's like, no, right? Like now, of course, I'm so glad that's not the case. But like a lot of times, a lot of women would tell their daughters, a lot of men would tell their daughters that, look, beta, work hard, keep your head down. One day things will happen. We have to make it happen, is what I believe. Being strong people of color, like we need to make it happen. A lot of things came together, and a lot of people on the subcontinent came together just to support it. But also, I think a lot of the hatred was an eye-opener for me, that I think it's one of the things that cancel culture is being unfair with,
I hear you. Yeah. I've heard it described a few times. I mean, and I like that articulation around, let's move to a place of like consequence culture, if it's possible, as opposed to just being like right and wrong out, like, and not sort of looking below at the nuance that goes with some of the choices that are made.